All right, we are back, folks, trying to...
No, we're not back, Doug.
Trying to maintain
No, we're not back, Doug. Don't talk, Doug. Don't talk, Doug. Don't talk.
Civility. I got to bring the show in. Anyway, high-spirited show today, folks, in case you just joined us. On Santa Cruz's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. It's the Gazette Radio Hour.
How about we talk about something you can actually discuss instead of having you yelling and screaming and ranting like a lunatic?
Let's try.
How about sports?
Okay. Where's our sports guy?
You can talk calmly about sports.
You never know. Today, you never know.
Mr. Sports, hopefully you're there. Mr. Sports, you're there, I hope.
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right,
yes,
Mr.
please.
Sports, bring some calmness to the show.
Oh, jeez. Just smack Doug for me, would you?
Whack.
There you go. Good. All right. It is football time. We're doing our picks, right? We're going to do our pick contest again this year. How about a little NFL preview? What are you looking forward to this weekend in the NFL? The preseason games, RG3 versus Johnny Football.
I'm looking forward to see Johnny Football and Brian Hoyer because that's just the battle of the mini camps for any team. That's what gets all the publicity, and it's just whoever comes out is going to come out not only the winner of Cleveland, but probably the winner of publicity.
Yeah, I think you might be right. What do you see in the Arizona Cardinals camp besides?
Did you see the big write-up on LA Times today on him?
Really? On the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah. Carson Palmer.
They're moving to LA?
Their defense is improved. Carson Palmer's leading them.
And they'll still finish what? What do you think, Mr. Football?
Third.
Fourth, maybe?
No, they won't. They'll beat the Rams.
We'll talk about this probably a little next week, but I think they snagged wild card this year.
Really?
So you're saying 3 teams from the West are going to make the playoffs?
Nope.
Oh, okay. There's your teaser for you. All right, so we won't get into actual picks yet because it's still a little early. But what about players you think are going to have breakout seasons?
You know, there's one player that's been coming to mind, and Doug's going to like this because it happens to be an Arizona Cardinal. But there's a little-known receiver named John Brown, and he's been getting a lot of... they've been talking a lot about him, about Anquan Bolden, and how they remind him a lot of Anquan Bolden back in his early years in Arizona.
Right.
So that's one player to keep an eye on. And, and I'm going to go right back to Manziel.
You think?
I love Manziel.
Wow. Even in the pros?
Even in the pros. I wasn't the biggest fan of him in college, but players change in the NFL. And, I'm not saying he's good. I hope he does well. I'm not going to say he's going to pan out, but I hope he does.
Yeah, but don't you think it's going to depend upon who he has around him? Hello, Josh Morgan?
But
hello, season-long suspension?
Yeah, you think season-long? It's going to be a year, and the worst part is the year goes from when he's suspended, so he could miss all of this year and then training camp of next year.
I don't think he's going to miss the whole year.
Okay.
But Mr. Sports, my only thing, I'm sorry, with Johnny Manziel is how many quarterbacks over the years have come in that are his type of quarterback? The only one I can think of that right now is the San Francisco quarterback, Kaepernick.
Well,
he's been somewhat successful.
You can also talk about Russell Wilson. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl championship. He's the same height, same kind of player. Drew Brees is roughly the same height, and he's probably the most elite quarterback in the NFL right now.
Well, I'm not talking height. I'm talking about the type of when they drop back in the pocket, a pocket passer or a guy that's always looking to get out of the pocket. Those are the guys. Those are the guys that don't last.
Well, I think that's also what Cleveland's trying to change with Johnny Manziel is stay in the pocket and leave the pocket when it's necessary.
Yeah,
that's one thing that they're working on right now with him.
That's what they do with RG3 too.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the exact same thing. I think the quarterback position is going to change, so it's going to be a little bit more mobile. It's not going to be a run-first option or the option pass thing that they were trying to do with RG3. But it's going to be hey, let's get this thing started. Let's make you elusive. Let's roll out the pocket. Let's throw on the run. Let's make you a threat to run to make the linebackers respect that a little bit.
And, at the same time, it's nice to have Brian Hoyer there, too, because although he's been under Tom Brady, he's still an agile quarterback. Yeah. So the playbook that they're running there in Cleveland, they can go with both quarterbacks.
Exactly. So what about sleepers, guys who may be off the radar as far as good players this year? Not that we have a fantasy draft coming up or anything.
Yeah, no, I don't think
you trying to get tips? Don't give him anything, Mr. Sports.
Who do you have as your number one fantasy pick there, Mr. Sports?
Don't give him anything.
Well, that depends. Is there supposed to be a bias involved with that?
No, let's no. We could do this. Fantasy sports, it's a big business.
Yeah, it is.
I'll put it this way. There's 3 running backs who I would look at number 1.
All right.
Depending on your scoring system, and I'll save Doug for all that.
Are you gonna tell us after the break? Oh, we could tease it, and we'll get to the Mr. Sports top 3 after the break. That's like Ryan Seacrest. I hate Ryan Seacrest.
You sound just like him.
Oh, okay, Mr. Sports, hang on. We'll bring you back after the break. You're listening to the Doug and John show, whatever this is anymore. The complete monstrosity that is the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clara's hometown station.
You need to know, folks, that you're listening to Santa Clara's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS, and it is the Gazette Radio Hour, despite the names that we butcher it with, but it is the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. The radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette and Free Classifieds. We're on every Friday at 1 o'clock, and we hope you join us.
And we've got Mr. Football on. Before the break, we were talking...
Mr. Sports.
Mr. Sports. I'm going to call you Mr. Football now. No.
Wait, time out. Do you remember Mr. Sports and John when, in the beginning of in April and May, and I would tell you I was concerned about the Dodgers, and you guys, it's too soon, it's too early, don't worry. Well, now I'm saying it's too soon to even worry about football.
Oh,
and
wait a minute.
And we're right in the thick of baseball.
Can we get his 3 top running backs, though? Because we did tease that before the break.
No, you just want it for your fantasy football.
Exactly. And he's in the league with me, so I want to know who he's going to try to pick.
He does have a draft tomorrow, Doug.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Exactly.
That explains
this is my homework.
Everything.
So the top 3 running backs.
I'm a little worried.
The top 3 running backs.
In no particular order, I think with these 3, you'll do fine. LaShawn McCoy from Philadelphia, Adrian Peterson from Minnesota, and Jamal Charles from the Chiefs.
All right, that's fine. I won't pick your brain anymore about your draft strategy. Although, would you go running back, wide receiver, running back, quarterback?
Why is he writing all this down feverishly?
It depends what pick you have. 1 through 6 go running back. If you have 7 through 12, you immediately go quarterback.
Yeah. Gee, it'd be nice to know the draft order, wouldn't it? Oh. All right. Doug wanted to ask you a Dodger question.
Ask me a Dodger question, Doug.
Thank you. What do you think? No. I'm concerned about the pitching, especially with the injury to Aru yesterday.
Yes.
That's all you're going to give me?
I didn't know that the question was done.
I'm concerned about the pitching. I'm particularly concerned about the bullpen when we get to October. When you look at the way that Brian Wilson is so inconsistent, and even the way Kenley Jensen was, his inconsistency is starting to bother me. You got to have it to make it to the World Series. You have to have a shutdown bullpen.
And a shutdown bullpen, or at the same time, there are times when your offense can carry you.
Well, I agree with you, except when you get to the playoffs, you're facing very tough pitching.
You got Kershaw and Greinke and pray for rain.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you're fine with just Kershaw and Greinke.
I hate to say this, but I agree with John.
But did anybody?
First time today.
Did either of you guys happen to notice who has the largest lead in baseball?
I thought we were talking about the Dodgers here.
Well, I just asking a general question. If anybody happens to know which team is leading their division. Or they're leading the American, leading their conference, leading their division.
It's Baltimore.
It is Baltimore.
Orioles.
It's the American.
Your hometown team.
My hometown team. Because we're on your hometown station, but it's my hometown team. Okay. Yeah, the Orioles and they do it. I can't name a starting pitcher on that team. It is starting pitcher and bullpen by committee. Buck Showalter is a master.
Yeah, he's always been a good manager.
So
anyway, Mr. Sports, what's your overall synopsis of the Dodgers?
Overall synopsis of the Dodgers, I will agree with you at some point that there is some worry between the bullpen and the rotation right now. But I think they're fine with the offensive firepower that they have. They can still make some moves. I think that the firepower they have, the offense they have, can destroy anybody. And that's probably the main reason why I'm not worried. And I am hoping, as I'm going to the game tomorrow, I'm hoping that proves me right.
I think Puig in center field, it shores up their defense a little bit. He's got some decent range. I think they're going to be okay. I think they might run away with the National League. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm not a. I think I like more.
Wait, did you just say unfortunately?
I said unfortunately because I love playoff baseball. Okay, I am not necessarily a homer. Although if the Orioles ran away with the entire thing and won the World Series, I'd be happy. But I wouldn't mind some good competitive baseball. I love those series. I love series that go 7 games. You know, the game 7, you'll watch the entire thing. Where it's tough to watch some of these.
So you must like the wild card playoff then, where the two
love the wild card playoff.
One game.
One game. Wild card playoff is awesome. It's a great idea. But you've got that one pitcher. Do you pitch him then? There's all kinds of strategy involved.
Do you pitch him then, or you wait till the first game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you pitch him then, he pitches game 3, but he doesn't pitch again in the series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, all right, so, Mr. Sports, real quick, Tony Stewart, what do you think? You saw the tape.
It's unfortunate, and I feel for Tony Stewart, and I feel like what he's doing is he's trying to make amends, and I agree with exactly with what he's doing. It's a sad story, and I hate to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any intent there. I really don't.
There's not.
Well, I didn't understand because I'm not a race guy, but why was he doing that the night before a big race? Is that common? Do you know, Mr. Sports, where they moonlight with other racing?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not the biggest NASCAR person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just they do it all the time, but
it was just unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. You're right. There's a lot of stuff going on that's unfortunate.
Very much so.
Exactly.
But
one thing that's not unfortunate is this show, and we're back next week.
We are back next week. And Mr. Football, we're doing some college games, maybe? Talking some college sports. College football's starting up. So, all right. Thank you, Mr. Sports. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Peter. You're listening to Gazette Radio Hour.
Thank you, John. See you next week.
On AM-1220 KHTS, St. Clair's hometown station.